What is it for you to take responsibility in your own actions, right? You know, dealing with certain energies, what happens over a period of time is that energy starts to sit on you. And then you look at that energy because your self is always facing self with every increment. Those are your thoughts. So as you're facing yourself, like, and you're dealing with these issues of personality, it's as simple as turning around and standing on what you did and apologizing. It had to happen to me not too long ago. A good friend of mine that was introduced to me through a family member reached out to me and told me some interesting things about how he felt. And after I explained my story to him, he felt that that was the reason why he pulled back as far as the work aspect, and he didn't think he should have did that, and he wanted to let me know that he was wrong. The negative spirit jumps in any weak person, but it takes a strong person to face themselves. That's what most people are afraid of. They don't want to come tell you, yeah, I shit on you. Yeah, I stole from you. Yeah, I lied to you. Yeah, I cheated you. But I'm sorry, I fucked up and I want to fix it. People don't they don't live like that today. That negative energy is so heavy, it's like you scared to stand on your actions. You are terrified because you got to face that. And what you want, what you don't understand is you still trying to gain something out of the situation. You feel even if I be honest, I'm going to lose. That's a possibility. That depends on the person, but that's you freeing yourself from controlling the person and their actions. You can't lie to people and don't give them room to make their own choices. Where they do that at? And if you're doing that, something wrong with you because the karma gonna come back crazy. You do not want to be controlled or and find yourself in a situation where you have to be. Like it's and it be really simple for the most part. It's real simple. Everybody want to judge every little thing about a circumstance. You can't be like that. You got to find love in every little thing. You got to be like, all right, I can be happy with your life. That's what you're doing. I'm happy for you. Whether or not your energy is mixing with the right situation, if it's volatile or not, that's basically up to how you know yourself. So therefore, you end up picking and choosing the best situations for you, where you can be of support. And that's what this whole thing is about. You learning yourself. You're going to make mistakes. I said in another video a long time ago, a mistake is just that, like a trip. It ain't you out here manipulating. And if that's what you're doing, you got to get your shit together. You got to get it together. Hold on. Intention is always going to push towards the side that the individual chose in this ultimate war of things. We're not trying to sit here and go back and forth about why people do what. That's not even going to be the conversation in the next, I don't know, months to years or whatever. Like, people do shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's not going to be like, why'd you do it? No, why what? What are you talking about? It's intention. It means you're fucked up. It's at the point to where you have to start protecting your peace. And you have to realize everything more about yourself and what it is that you're offering as an individual. And if you ain't in that space, I ain't talking to you. But we are gravitating. You see a lot of this energy around and we're all gravitating, but we haven't just come together. It's like we're spiritually connected. we're supposed to take action when we're spiritually connected to strengthen this bond that's seen but unseen at the same time. You know who you are. These callings and this energy is not a coincidence. And it's not fly by night. It's to take action. You know, most of the things that we would have succeeded on in life tempted our ego. Like, it might have been something in your life that you could have put just a little bit more effort into and it would have worked out to be the greatest thing for you. But your ego didn't let you see it that way. You was like in some mentality fed up despite of what you thought you knew. This happens a lot, you know what I'm saying, in different formats. When the grace we need is just a little bit more effort in giving the love to situations that might be the situation that you do not want to particularly give love to. What is the do not? Why does do not resonate in the mind of people? Why do you get this don't thing? Well, what if I told you most energies, they come in reverse until you can download them the other way? I remember I used to get all my shit be flipped upside down. Flipped upside down. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, I be seeing it, but it's like, you know what I mean? It's like when I was younger. And then I was able to get into a meditation to where I can flip it this way. You know what I mean? And I was able to see it how it's supposed to be. But that told me a lot of people see it that way. This is why they always be, no, look how females be right now. No, no, no. They in that controlling mentality. They don't know what they doing. They think what they see and the subconscious is telling them to do that. And that's not what it is. It's the mirror image of it. Everything is reflection. Think about it. If you're a reflection, then what you're looking at is a reflection. You know what I'm saying? If you're a reflection, then your thoughts is a reflection, but that don't mean they the right ones. So you got to decipher that. And it's simple to decipher. It's just like you looking at it and just thinking not to serve it. All right, so that means that way, not this way. So majority of the time, it's not saying don't attach. It's saying don't not give love. It's saying don't pull back. Don't manipulate. Don't not give the love. Don't not open your heart. Do all these things. Do all those things. What is life without experience? If the experiences are fleeting, why would you choose to do the shallow version of what experience is? Like the ending result. You know why most people who enjoy cooking, they're eating while they're cooking. You know what I'm saying? You tasting the flavors, the seasonings, the smell is all around you, the heat. By the time you finish cooking, you don't even want to really eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a real cook, you know what I'm talking about. So, to be involved in the mission from start to end is very fulfilling. And I still get the opportunity to indulge in the ending part if I like. But by the time I sit down to get ready to eat, I'm like, nah, y'all go ahead and eat. You see how that works out? It's service. You get to be in the mechanics of how it's all put together. And then when it's time to serve, you still get the option to take for yourself or just let everybody eat because you're still fulfilled. You're fulfilled within your action of love. You see the slight? You see the slight? So then you go in the world and you're doing it the other way and you're never fulfilled in your action. They give you fast food. They give you fast love. They give you fast information. They give you fast entertainment. They give you fast circumstances, fast life, fast death. And everything that doesn't matter is what you live in. Everything that doesn't have a contingency to real existence is how you're living. So you live for nothing. and then died. You got to understand this concept. It gets ill. This is why everything else is more important. Why wouldn't I want to fight to live? It's harder to do that. You got to be strong to live life. You got to be strong to hear all this bullshit about you and keep going and still show love to be the best version of yourself, because it ain't nobody else's fault. It takes a lot. It takes a lot when you know people beating down on you and the experiences you went through, and you still dig deep down inside yourself to pull out you and put that you on. Like you ain't got chinks in your armor. Learning to unconditionally love yourself through time that changes, because you know time delegates agenda. So the time is constantly changing. The situations is constantly changing, and you're finding as time's changing, you are less inadequate. This happens to everyone. You can't get this knowledge late in life. You can't be like, oh damn, I didn't realize this at 20. Don't do that shit. Get that shit at 20. Get it at 18 if you listening. Get it in the early part of your life. Don't wait till you in your mid 40s, your early 50s, your late 50s, your 60s to start saying, well, I understand now. I lived long enough to understand. Nah, because it's going to be pointless at that point. Excuse me. Oh, stretching me feeling good. It'll be pointless at that point, because you had a whole lifetime to put in energy. Most of the time, you're supposed to stay on the path of who you are, so eventually what you are awakens to a higher level of you. This is the reason why they want to misguide people off the track of what they are. The reason why school's set up, the reason why the food you get, all these different intermediates to keep you off your path. Because if you grow what you are, it's like everything you would want, it encompasses in that. Everything that you need to obtain, it encompasses in everything that you are. But you don't know that because you never got a chance to stay you. You had to jump from you to the beast mode you, to the loving you, to this you and that you, and all these different types of yous. And eventually, you forgot about the version of yourself that came first. That's what divine waiting to see get big. That's what I'll be wanting to see. I'll be wanting to see everybody come out in your own spiritual, you know what I'm saying? Like, how'd you understand it? What was your concept and your story? What was your pathway that brought you from where you got to where you at? How did it work for you? What pieces did you learn to open up your door? Because you know why? That story is indicative for someone. This is why all our stories is important. This is why it's important for everybody to rise. These are roots. The tree of life is going to grow again off of the roots that we dig deep within ourselves to pull out them nutrients to send it back up to the divine as experience. NAGA.